Section 1.3 skills practice. We're going to do numbers 1 through 8. So this section is on postulates, which we know are geometric facts. So all of these exercises are based off of those 4 facts. If you're not sure what those 4 facts are, you can refer back to your notes or the videos from before. Number 1, it says refer to the figure at the right. So the figure at the right is just 4 points, and if you notice, these 4 points are non-collinear. It means you can't connect them with one line. Name all of the different lines that can be drawn through the set of points. So you can't connect all 4 of them, but what you could do is connect any 2. That's what our postulate says. Between any 2 points, there is one line. So the line that connects points A and point X, I'll draw it, that's going to be named line AX. And that's what it looks like when you write it. Make sure you have the arrowhead on each side. If you want to switch these letters, you can. It names the same line. There's another line, CM. Again, make sure you use the arrowheads. If you want to switch the letters, you can. There's 2 other lines. Again, up to you how you name them. You're picking those 2 points in any order. Those are the 4 easy ones. Now, it says to name all of the different lines. This is not all of them. A lot of times you might think that's all of them, but don't forget you can have a line CX and you can have a line AM as well. Number 2, name the intersection of line AX, notice how I read that, and line AM. You could use a diagram if you want. We kind of made it a little messy there, but you don't need to. If 2 lines cross, we have a postulate that says they cross at a point. Well, which point is on both lines? Point A. So here's line AX, here's line AM. They both have A. They cross at A. Number 3, name all of the planes that are represented in the figure. So here's our figure. It's a box. It's a lot like the room that you're sitting in. So we're going to name the floor, the ceiling, front wall, back wall, left wall, and the right wall. Those are your 6 planes that you can see in that figure. Remember, to name a plane, you use 3 letters. And those 3 letters are points. Okay? Now, furthermore, those points should not be in a line. They should be non-collinear points. So, look at your floor. Your floor has these points. Pick 3 of them. Which 3? Up to you. What order you put them in? It's up to you. You pick. So I'm going to call the floor SVT. And notice, I need these 3 letters to be together because I'm talking about a plane. I don't need to put anything over top or in front. The floor, I'll use a colon there, would be named plane SVT. So if I'm reading that 3 capital letters together, I automatically say plane in front of it. Plane SVT. Ceiling. Pick 3 letters. Actually, something's going on here. Where does point S live? Let's back up a second and look at the diagram, because I think they are a point short on the diagram. I should have fixed this a long time ago, but I didn't. I'm thinking point S might be this point up here now on the ceiling and on the front wall and on that left wall or that right wall over there. Maybe point S isn't on the floor, so maybe I won't use it here on this one. Sorry about that. We'll call the floor plane VTY. I'm going to say S is on the ceiling maybe. Okay, maybe we just shouldn't use S altogether. But what other 3 points are on the ceiling besides S if S isn't on the ceiling? That's plane RWX. The front wall would be this guy. Again, maybe let's not use S just because we don't know where S is really. We'll call that plane RVT. The back wall, that's this guy. So if you're ever not sure where a plane is, find the 3 letters and maybe do this with your pencil or your finger or your pen, whatever you're using. That's the back wall. It's plane WXY. The left wall is over here. Again, notice how I'm tracing it. I'll call it RWV. The right wall, I'll call it XYT. Now that's an easier one because you're familiar with that shape. It looks like your room. Number 4, different kind of shape. This is a pyramid and it's probably a square pyramid. So there's one shape here that's kind of like the ceiling and then there's 4 walls that go around it. So your ceiling, just pick 3 of the letters. PEG, that plane PEG is the ceiling. The front wall would be plane GXA. The back wall would be plane PEX. The left wall would be plane, I don't know why I put a B in there, PAG. And then the right wall would be plane EXA. Common mistakes there is maybe you just don't list all of the planes. We're going to use this diagram for the next section. Again, it looks a whole lot like this one, just with different letters. There's 5 visible planes there. Name the intersection of plane JLM and plane JKL. They wrote the word plane in there for you, but they didn't have to. If that word plane wasn't there, you would still read these letters as plane JLM, just so you know. JLM, that's the front wall. JKL, that's the right wall. They definitely touch. The front wall and the right wall definitely touch in the room that you're in. Where do they touch? Well, they touch with the letters that are in common. We have a postulate that says 2 planes intersect at a line. And you name a line with 2 letters. So you know your answer is a line. You know your answer's got to have 2 letters. Which 2 letters are in common? That line of intersection is line JL. You can tell from the diagram, or if you didn't have a diagram, you would still know where they touch because there's 2 in common. Number 6, same style of question. Name the intersection of plane JKO and plane JOM. Plane JKO is the back wall. Plane JOM is the left wall. They definitely touch. See how they both have a J and an O? That's the line of intersection for the planes. Number 7, name 2 planes that intersect on line ML. So now we're kind of going backwards. They're going to give you the line of intersection. You have to say which 2 planes touch that line. So here's line ML. Line ML is definitely on the floor. Okay, so I'll name the floor first. I'll call it MLO. Now line ML is also on this front wall. Okay, so name this plane. I'll name it as plane JML. Do you see how both of them have an M and an L? That's how you know you did it right, most likely. You could still mess that up and have 2 letters in common. It's got to fit the diagram. All right, one more. Name 2 planes that intersect in line JM. So it's the same exercise as this. Here's line JM. It's on the front wall, so I'll name the front wall. And it's also on the left wall. So I'll name that one that way. Again, when you name your planes, the order doesn't matter. Just make sure you have the 3 correct letters or 3 of the 4 correct letters.